Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Kluche Foundation YouTube channel, where we dive into opportunities that can help you advance your education. In today's video, what we're going to be looking at is the scholarship that was in the 23 um, upcoming deadline scholarship we posted earlier on, especially the one for women. I wanted to go a little bit deep into that scholarship. So we're talking about scholarships that will be making some global waves. And this is the AAU scholarship. So we're going to dive into it soon. So this is the AAU International Fellowship. This is a golden opportunity for women who want to pursue higher education in the United States. And if you ever dream of studying abroad, this could be your break because the scholarship or the fellowship is already open. I do want to delve into it so this woman can apply for the scholarship. It's really a great opportunity. So I am looking forward to delving into this scholarship today so we can get more people to understand it better. Um, let's just go right into it. Before we get into the details, let me hit you with a quick fact. Did you know that the financial burden or barriers that affect or prevent countless women from accessing higher education each year? There are a lot of these barriers that affect women in accessing scholarship. That's why this fellowship, um, which is the AAU, has brought up these international fellowship that are very much life-changing. They break down those barriers and open new worlds for these kinds of opportunities for women. And you can see the AAU is the American Association of University Women. Um, and we're going to look at how these barriers can be broken through such a wonderful fellowship that they created for women. It opens up new worlds of opportunities for women in such fields. Today, I will be walking you through all the key points about this fellowship from eligibility to the application process. And by the end of the video, you will know exactly how to apply and make the most of this chance. And we're going to look at the website. So it sponsors scholarships for master's, PhD, and post doctoral, um, you know, fellowships. So what type of fellowships are we talking about here? The AAU International Fellowships are available for women at three different levels of the education. Those pursuing master's, PhD, and the postdoctoral studies. Whether you are just starting out on your graduate journey, diving deep into a PhD program, or you're ready to establish yourself as a leader in your field through postdoctoral work. This fellowship has something for you, has something for all these three different groups. Now let's break it down for you. For master's students, this fellowship is perfect if you're aiming to gain specialized skills that would help you grow into leadership roles. For PhD candidates, the fellowship supports research and in-depth academic work that can drive real change in your field. For postdocs, if you're ready or you're already an expert in your field, this can help you further cement your career and make even more meaningful contribution to your field. So let's go. What is even more exciting about this kind of fellowship is it supports studies at accreditable institutions across the United States. And let me tell you, studying in the US is a unique experience for all students. You get access to top-notch universities, cut edge research, and Let's not forget networking opportunities with people from all over the world. There's so much diversity in the United States. Whether you're aiming for big name schools like Harvard, MIT, or Stanford, or even smaller institutions with specialized programs in the United States, it has something for every field of study. Let's move on to the next field, which would be to see more of how this fellowship applies to you. One of the best thing about this fellowship is that it's open to all fields of study. So it doesn't have to be a specific study, whether you're in STEM, humanities, social sciences, or even more professional tracks like law or medicine. This fellowship doesn't limit you. So no matter what your passion is, you can pursue it with the support of AAU fellowship. Let's say that you were studying public health, education, or even environmental science. This is your opportunity. This is your chance to bring new knowledge back to your home country and make a real impact. And that's one of the things that makes this scholarship or fellowship so powerful. It doesn't just benefit you, it benefits your entire community and your country. Now let's get to the numbers. The fellowship is seriously generous. Here's what you will get. So for this program, and we have it in the previous document that we posted for the 23 scholarships. It's available in there. So we have the same thing in here. We have the master's degree professional fellowship with a generous amount of $20,000. Doctoral fellowship is $25,000, and for postdoctoral fellowship, it's $50,000. And remember, this is for one academic year. While the fellowship is non-renewable, that amount of money can go a long way covering tuition, living expenses, travel, research materials, you just name it. So make sure you're planning to have a lot of things done in that one year. Depending on where you are studying, the cost of living might vary, but trust me, this fellowship gives you a solid financial foundation. Now let's see some eligibility. So who's eligible? Here's the breakdown we have for who's eligible. It's open to international women, international students, or women who are interested in this field, in this fellowship. And yes, that includes Africans. So if you're an African, you are interested in this fellowship, we're sending this your way. And we're on the African market. So we are very much looking forward to a lot more Black women um, or Africans applying for this scholarship. You need to have an equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree by the time you apply. If your transcript is in a different language, make sure you evaluate it with World Education Services or other education services that you can use to evaluate your transcripts. The fellowship comes with a requirement to return to your home country after completing your studies. This ensures that the knowledge you gain can be used to create change in your communities. Like we said earlier on, it's not just for you, it is for an impact. It's for a domino effect of impacting your families, your communities, and your country. And there's something super important that I want you to also know. You would need to demonstrate English proficiency and show a dedication to the advancement of women and girls in your communities, in your country. If you have been involved in advocacy, leadership, or community projects that promote gender equality, make sure to highlight that in your application because they're looking for people who are very much interested in advancing these projects, community projects for gender equality for women and girls in their community. Now let's look now let's look at the timeline. With a timeline, We have the application which already opened on September 3rd, and the deadline is November 15th, 2024. So I really want students and women to please put in these applications. If you need, you need some follow-ups, you can email the institution for follow-ups. So just make sure you mark your calendars for November 15th. That's the deadline. And I don't want you to be found wanting when it comes to that. Make sure that you have your deadline in mind and you're preparing your application. So you have about 2 months to prepare and submit this application. When you're ready to apply, head over to the AAU website. I will drop the link in the description below. And before you start, make sure you have all your documents ready. Your transcripts, your letters of recommendation, proof of your degree, your certificate, your transcripts should be proof of your degree, and a strong personal statement showing the community impact you've done or the community projects you've done that um, directly or indirectly impact the life of girls and women in your community. And before you start, make sure you have all your documents ready. Just make sure you have your documents ready because you will be uploading these documents. In your personal statements, focus on how this fellowship will help you achieve your professional goals and contribute to the advancement of women in your home country. So, like I said, impact those who have been involved in, petitioning the government to reduce the prices on the sanitary products for girls, those who have been involved in educating market women, those who have been involved in providing financial literacy for market women, those who have been involved with educating parents on how um, to encourage their children with doing their homework, or even trying to reduce physical and verbal abuse in the home. If you're involved in any of such projects, you should highlight that and also make sure that you are letting us know your professional goals in the future. If you need tips on how to craft a winning application, I will be making another video on that soon, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our scholarship reviews or our further ones to help you craft a very convincing essay or a very convincing personal statement. This fellowship is a game changer. I really appeal to girls, women to really look at this scholarship and this fellowship. If you're an ambitious woman with a big dream of studying in the United States and making a difference back home, don't wait. Start preparing your application today. This could be the opportunity that changes your life and impacts your entire community. And I've seen that a lot of comments that we're getting now is how to apply for the scholarship or how you can apply for just the regular university before getting the scholarship. So you should at least have a university offer letter, or you should be in the process of applying to a university, but you should have a university offer letter. So while we're giving out the scholarship, you should know that some of the scholarships are not attached to a specific university. It is a general scholarship. If you have a university offer and you have like a tuition to pay, you apply for these scholarships. So you should have an offer letter. And this is 2 months ahead. So at least you should be applying for universities that if you get the university that you're going to attend in the United States, then you can apply for such scholarships. This one does not have a specific requirement to have an offer letter uploaded. But if you have a university that you got and you had to defer from last year, you could also use that university if you deferred from last year. Um, and they can, as long as it's a master's or doctoral program, they can also fund that for you. So start preparing your applications today. This could be the opportunity that changes your life and impacts your entire community and country, and also the girls and women in your communities. And remember, if you know someone who could benefit from this fellowship, please share this video with them. You never know whose future you might help unlock. It's That's it for today. I really appreciate you joining us on the Clutch Foundation YouTube channel again. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the Clutch Foundation YouTube channel for more videos on scholarship reviews, fellowships, or other educational opportunities that we will share for students and those teachers or even nurses. We're going to be highlighting some of the agencies in the United States that are actually hiring international nurses to travel to work in the United States. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Remember, we put the application link in the channel in the description. So and it's also available in the previous video on 23 scholarships, but we will put it here again, the application link in the description. Again, the deadline is November 15th. We'll look at the link to the website quickly. So this is how the AAU website looks like for International Fellowship. You can see as soon as you open, it has the funding amount and the time it was open and their deadline here. You read a little bit more about how this International Fellowship has been in existence since 1917. They have been sponsoring women for a long time for both graduate and postgraduate studies in the United States. So feel free to peruse the website. The award amount was already stated above. The timeline is already highlighted here. When application ends, they also and this is in Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 hours Eastern Time. So with it being 3 hours Eastern Time, behind 3 hours Eastern Time, it would be a different time for the people in Africa. So make sure you're checking the time. It's 11:59 p.m. on the 15th, and you should just make sure you Google Pacific time, so you can see how that might be ahead of Ghana. It might be ahead of Ghana or other African countries by either, is it 6 hours? Or it might be less. So double check that, since we're going to also be moving, we're going to be falling back an hour again in November. So make sure you double check that. But do not be, I always advise students, don't be submitting your application on the day of the deadline, because anything can happen with the internet. So always make sure you're submitting your application, on November 13th or November 14th. That would be helpful. Well, notifications of decision will be emailed to all students. AAUW is not able to honor requests for earlier notification. So this November 15th, April 15th next year would be when you would know if you qualified or not. So I think at least you can be able to attend school next academic year. If you deferred any of your programs this year, this is a great scholarship opportunity that you can apply for. The fellowship year starts July 1st, so that's in the summer, or the summer of 2025 to June 30th, 2026. When a date falls on a weekend or a holiday, the date will be observed on the following business day. So if any of these dates is a Saturday, it's gonna fall on the next Monday. Eligibility, we talked about that. It's over here also, open to previous recipients, not open to previous recipients. Members of the AU are not eligible. So open to international women, including people who identify as women in all fields of study, accredited higher education, postdoctoral fellowships, and let's just keep moving. Unsuccessful applicants may reapply. As you can see, if you don't get it next year, you can apply for the 2025 one that will be open next September. And to be eligible, it's all stated here, but I already went through all these things, so I would not go through it again. But always read when you're applying for something, read the website to make sure you have everything on your background. And you can see distance learning online programs, master's first program, professional degree, and doctoral fellowship support traditional classroom-based courses of study at colleges and university. This fellowship does not provide funding for distance learning, so you should want to travel to study, not an online program. So be on the lookout for that. Criteria for selection is also here. Panel meets once a year to review applications for funding. Awards are based on criteria outlined here. So you should look out for all these criterias, proposed time. So just make sure you're reading all these details here. Motivation to graduate study or for graduate study and research. So when you're writing your personal statement, making sure you're incorporating these into those personal statements. Regulation, international fellowship funds are available for educational expense, living expenses, dependent child care, travel, so you can actually bring your families. It does help these um, dependent childcare also travel to professional meetings. It helps you with conferences, seminars that do not exceed 10% of the fellowship total. International fellowship funds are not available for purchase of equipment, indirect costs, research assistance, previous expenditure, publication costs. So it doesn't sponsor these. In travel to and from a fellow's home country, you would have to pay for these things that are listed here, traveling from the fellow's research locations. It doesn't also apply. All international fellowship recipients are required to sign a contract as an acceptance of the scholarship. An international fellow is expected to pursue their project full-time during the fellowship year. No partial fellowship are awarded, and you cannot be part-time also. You have to be a full-time student. Fellowships may not be deferred, so preferably if you win, you should not be deferring your fellowship. So you should read all these things into detail, so I don't want to be talking for too long, but these are very important with some exception based on relevant tax statuses and treaties. So when you win, a lot of regulations apply here. Responsibility for securing visas and other documents and following policies associated with visas rest solely on the fellow. The person who wins would be the one to make sure you're getting your visas and all that. So they do not sponsor all those things, and you will be the one assigned to do that. Required components, start application process by clicking on apply. So they have a very specific way of doing everything here, upload transcripts, everything, proof of enrollment, current enrollment, if you're still in school, and maybe you'll be graduating next year or something. It's all you have to also provide that. So you can see there are a lot of requirements here. Proof of English language, upload one of the following: official report of an acceptable or valid TOEFL, IELT, or any of the Cambridge assessment scores. Scores are valid for 2 years. Institutional TOEFL scores and other English language proficiency tests scores will not be accepted. So you can see these will not be accepted, but the following will be six. So you have to take the IELT. That's how they want to prove English proficiency, or written statement verifying applicant's native language is English. Academic transcripts confirming one of the following: secondary diploma, your undergraduate degree is all in English also. So you can see, please read this in detail. Don't want to have a long video, but I do want to make sure all applicants read all these things in detail. And you can see here, 1 semester of full-time study in applicants discipline at an English-speaking institution between November 2021 and November 2023. A certified English language translation is also required for components of document that might be in a foreign language. So all transcript provided must include the applicant's full name, all courses, all grades, as well as other information requested in the application instructions. So more fellowship and grant opportunities are also there. You can look at them and see if they have other ones that you might be interested in. Read about testimonials from other people who did qualify and took these fellowships. Make sure you're reading the website before you start the applications. If you click on the application, you have to register. If you're a new person, so this is the first time, you have to register with your email, password, and then your date of birth to create a registration. So as you can see, this is where I'm going to end my video. But if you have questions, girls, women that are interested in these fellowship, apply. I think it's a very great scholarship. If you already have if you already have an offer letter from your university, you just need funding. This is one of the ways to fund your education. It has to be a master's, a PhD, or you're done with your PhD and you're looking for postdoctoral work. You can also apply for this. So read the description. That is very important. And thank you so much for subscribing and for following our videos. And thank you for watching. I will see you in our next video on nurses. Bye.